Hello everyone, welcome to my jungle story. I'm Jacqueline and today I'm going to be sharing my Anthurium collection with you guys and also my Anthurium wish list. I hope you enjoy, get a cup of tea or a cup of coffee and come along with me in the Anthurium world. All right, so I'm going to start off. I have my list so I don't forget any because there's a lot of doubles as well. So I'm going to start off with the ones that are not on the floor here and that are actually behind me, but they're part of the display. So I'm going to start off with this girl. So big. Have to be very, very careful here. Yes, so this is my Anthurium Clarinervium. And I'm just checking. Nope. Always looks like it needs water, but it never does. I think it's been probably about 3 weeks since I've watered this plant. Yes, this is probably, this is my first Anthurium that I bought. And this plant has been on a journey with me. It has had thrips a lot. And it has also survived 2 plant burnouts. In the last plant burnout, I chopped off all of the leaves just because the thrips were really, really getting me down. And it's come back with a bang. This is probably just over a year's worth of growth. And it's just one of those Anthuriums that you just have to have. Oh, this inflow has got pollen that I can take off. Yeah, it's got a really, really long inflow because when it was popping this one out, we didn't have the grow lights at the top here. And ever since we've had grow lights, actually, the next Anthurium that I'll show you is going to pop a new leaf. And it's not giving me a new leaf in 4 months. So grow lights are obviously doing its job. But yes, the very big, beautiful Clarinervium. The size of these leaves, it's huge. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Love her. All right, next up. This plant is a bit of a weird one. I don't know if you can. No, this plant has been through the works. It has. It's gone through a lot of change. Hence why it's got this really long petiole. But ever since I've put it in that spot and we've installed grow lights, it's giving me a new growth point there. Well, not growth point, that's going to be a new leaf. So that's so exciting, so exciting. And I also noticed the other day, this plant also, it's probably been about a month since I've watered this plant. I can see new roots there, which is very, very exciting. This one's been a bit of this on the struggle. Oh, she's also very, very dusty. And also this leaf here is like it doesn't want to turn anymore. Maybe it will now, I don't know. But yeah, this leaf came out when it hardly had any light. It's still sized up, which was positive, and that is like a beautiful, beautiful leaf. But yeah, this is the first time I've seen action, but also very wobbly in there actually. And you might need to have a look at that. Maybe repot or situate. I hope that's going to be a new leaf, or there might be a bloom. I don't know. This plant was quite mature when I got it, so. But yeah, that's the Veitchii. Crossing off the list. So next up is actually one of my most recent additions. Yeah, is this beauty. I always get them mixed up. Regale Luxurians. Look at that leaf. So, so beautiful. So beautiful. I did separate one, and that one is... So yeah, I ordered this. This was just one plant. But I separated... Oh my word. No. What? I potted this up less than a week ago. And I can already see a root on the outside. That is just... That's mind-blowing. That's... I don't know. It does have a little bit of damage. But yes, this was a little pup that was next to the mother plant. Does have a little bit of damage there and on the new leaf there as well. But see if I can show you. Here, right there, there's a root on the outside. And I'm not joking, when did I get this? Last week, Friday. I potted it up Saturday night. I'm filming this on Wednesday. What? That's just amazing. So yes, this is Mitch's one. He's very, very into his Anthurium. Oh yes. Before I carry on, a lot of these Anthuriums are also Mitch's Anthuriums. He is much more into Anthuriums than I am. I am getting more into them because of him. He's getting into his plants again now. It's sort of starting to really feel like winter. It's getting a lot colder. So he's coming back to the inside world and getting into his plants again. So yes, he's really, really been into his Anthuriums. So yeah, when I asked him, I said, look, there's actually 2 plants in the big pot now as well, but there were 3 in there. So I asked him if he wanted one and he said, yeah. So I potted this one up for him and wow, that's amazing. That's absolutely amazing. But yes, you would have seen me unbox this one recently, but this is the mother plant and it's doing something there. Is it? I don't know. That can't be new. Oh my word, it is. That's new. Okay, so you can see roots from it. It was very, very root bound. But there's another root there that's popping out. That was not there. Are you kidding me? And I've not even put this plant in its forever home yet. Because where I want to put it is I actually wanted to put it in my cabinet for a little bit. So it's just been living on my kitchen island because I still need to get to that. But oh my word, that is just blown my mind. This is the Anthurium and Orchid mix from Soul Ninja, if you're interested in the mix. So they obviously really, really like that. Geez. But yes, I love this one. Is this my favorite one at the moment? I think it is. I love this plant. I think it's so, so pretty. I'm going to put this on the floor because it was right next to me, and knowing me, I can knock it over. So I'm going to stay on the Luxurian train and show you the other Luxurians that we have. This is also a recent addition. So this one looks very, very similar, but it is a Luxurians crossed with the Radicans. Also very, very pretty. The leaves are a little bit, it's got like a different tinge to it, and they're a lot longer than the regular Luxurians. But yeah, very, very pretty one, this one. Very, very pretty. So yeah, this is another one of Mitch's. And then, is that the last Luxurians? I think so. This is a pure Luxurians. And this one has been struggling for a little bit. I might need to do some investigating because it's been in this pot for quite a while and it has not shown me any, I've not seen any roots on the outside. That doesn't necessarily mean like a bad thing or anything, but I just think it's very weird. So I don't know. I don't know. I hope there's no rotting going on, but it's been giving me new leaves and it's been sizing up, so I don't think there is. There's actually 2 plants in here. I bought this as a teeny tiny little baby, and that's what it's looking like now. It's got a new leaf there and another leaf there. So very, very exciting. Yes, I love this one. I'm so glad that I have like a pure Luxurians because it does, it's I don't know, it's just so stunning. Okay, next up is my Magnificum, and this is one that I need to pot up. We actually have a couple of these. We have a couple of babies everywhere, but this one's been in this pot for, well, it's not even a pot, it's actually a cup, but it's been in here for quite a while. And there's a lot of algae growth, but also a lot of roots. And I can see it wants to give me a new leaf there, but I don't know, this plant has been on a little bit of the slower side. That leaf looks a little bit iffy because it did have spider mites, but luckily all the spider mites are gone. Oh, they're a little bit dusty. I need to pot this one up and give it a little bit of more care because I can see it's really trying, but it's struggling because I'm not giving it, you know, it's been in this cup for a very, very long time. So that's my Magnificum, and we have a bunch of baby Magnificum as well, but that is the biggest one. Next up, this one has a little bit of a story to it. So this one we bought as a seedling, and we thought the seedling, oh my word, there's two in here. It's actually branched off, geez. Yes, we bought this as a seedling and it was labeled as a Warocqueanum. This was 2 years ago. This plant has survived two plant burnouts. It lived outside for a long time as well, and it still survived. I don't know how it did that, but anyway. This plant is still very special because we did grow it from a seedling, but it is clearly not a Warocqueanum. So we did end up spending about, I think it was 22 euros for a seedling then for a Warocqueanum. And yeah, it was very, very disappointing to see that it actually wasn't. So I have no ID for this plant. I have no idea what it is. I think by the looks of it, it might be a Crystallinum, you know, just a regular Crystallinum, but I don't know. If anyone has any thoughts, let me know. But that's what it looks like. Giving us a new leaf there. There are some leaves here, if you can see, that just look a little bit off. It look kind of weird. So yeah, it has battled a couple of pests. It really has. And it's still going. It's very wobbly in here. Yeah, it's branched off. There's actually two in here. But very, very rooted. Very rooted. I need to uppot that because Anthuriums do like to be potted up, so I need to let him know about that one because this is also one of Mitch's and living in his cabinet. Okay, I brought you down because I was getting fed up of bending over all the time. All right, next up is another one of Mitch's. This one also looks kind of sad, but has also really been battling with thrips. Mitch has been struggling with thrips in his cabinet. I haven't seen any in a long time, but obviously if a new leaf is unfurling, it is kind of difficult, you know, to that damage. And when the leaf just inflates, damage is worse and worse and worse. So, and it's also kind of been suffering with a little bit of neglect. But Mitch potted it up probably about 2 months ago, and I can already see roots on the outside, so it seems to be happy. But this is the Anthurium Villenaorum. It's got these really pretty long leaves. Yeah, there's some leaves that look very, very sad, unfortunately. But it's going to pop out. I can see there's a new point there. It's going to do something. But yes, this plant has so much potential. It's so pretty. And it seems to be quite happy now. So it's just, you know, those leaves. But we'll cut them off once there's some new growth. But yeah. All right. The queen. Lexi always has to start barking when I'm filming. So we actually have 2 Warocqueanums. So this one, they're both quite new purchases. But I think I got this one for free with an order. No, this one was for free. Mitch's one was for free. Yes, that's right, because he ordered another Anthurium with it, and then he got this one for free. But I really wanted a Warocqueanum, so I did this. I think I purchased it like literally a week before he did his. But it was like it was Plants Week on plants.com. Yes, that's right. But I put mine in this little cup, and he put his in a bigger pot. Mitch is always of principle of putting it in a nice big pot. And I did it in this one just because otherwise it wouldn't fit in my cabinet. He's got a little bit more room in his cabinet. He doesn't have as many plants. And I thought that no, that's not a root. I didn't see anything happening on the outside. But yes, his one is clearly a little bit bigger. But my one is going to push a new leaf there. And I can see that, wait. What is it doing there? Is it going to give me a new, is it leaf? I don't know. But both are very, very happy. And so far, been a really, really easy plant. So that's the Warocqueanum. All right, I'm going to show you the one that he got with his Warocqueanum. So this beauty is the Crystallinum crossed with the Regale. Oh, look at that. How beautiful is that? And there's actually 3 plants still in here. Oh my word. He gave me one as well because there were multiple plants in here, but now I can see there's actually still 3 in here, unless that's a brand new shoot. I have no idea. But let's have a look at the roots. Also potted up recently. I have to be careful because there's 2 new leaves unfurling here. Oh my word. Oh my word. Look at that. Roots there. Here as well. Yeah. Wow. I mean, this was severely root bound. Severely root bound. So he potted it up in quite a big pot. It probably could have gone bigger, to be honest, but the fact that you can see lots of good roots there. But there is a new leaf popping out here. There's a new leaf here. There. Another one here. And another one, and a little baby one here. Oh my word, that means there's 4. There's 4. Wow. Yeah. Very, I mean, love this plant. Love this plant. Oh, it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. That is stunning. Stunning, stunning, stunning. And the little one that he gave me is this one, which doesn't look so little anymore. It does, unfortunately, have a little bit of damage, and that is my own fault. I was watering in my cabinet and a shelf fell down, and yeah, that is that little bend here, and these spots were actually pieces of bark that hit the leaf when it was unfurling. So yeah, unfortunately, oh, that would have been such a beautiful new leaf. So beautiful. But yeah, you know, it happens. It happens. And there's another. That was the one before that. It's still going to be pretty. It's just a pity about that. And as you can see, rooted very nicely already. So, wow. Very impressed with that one. It's a beautiful, beautiful Anthurium. I'm very, very happy that he decided to get this one. He was kind of torn between the Magnificum Regale or the, no, is it the Magnificum Regale? Yes, it was. Yes, it was. Or the Crystallinum. But he went for this one, I think because the Magnificum wasn't in stock or something like that. And he really wanted his Warocqueanum, so he went for that one. But still beautiful, absolutely stunning. And then this one also looks a little bit beat. This is one of Mitch's Anthuriums. And this one is the Crystallinum Magnificum. And unfortunately, it does, you can see that leaf is quite damaged from the thrips. I think he got this one on, oh, there's a new leaf coming out there. It's very wobbly. I think he needs to pot this up deeper. And I actually recently got some tower pots, so maybe I should tell him about that. But yes, this one was battling with thrips really, really badly. Also was a plant that was severely neglected in the spring and summer months when Mitch was more into the garden outside. And I had to take care of his plants, and I was struggling with doing my plants and his plants. So yeah, this one did suffer with a little bit of neglect. But Anthuriums are quite hardy, the experience that we've had with them anyway. So I think it's going to be fine. But yeah, it's giving a new point there, which is exciting. Most of these are Mitch's Anthuriums. This one is the, oh, wow. Anthurium roots are so juicy, they do something, you know? They do something. I don't know what it is. Oh, that's a new leaf. Okay, don't touch. This is the Vittariifolium. And he bought this one as a teeny tiny little baby. I think this was the biggest leaf. And as you can see, it sizes up very, very quickly. This leaf is a little bit funny. I don't know why it's funny. It's like misformed a little bit. This one is probably the one, yeah, since, oh wait, is it? Yes, it is. That one is. Yes, that one. And then we have a new leaf here, which, why does it have these like weird dots on it? If you can see that. There's like these weird little dots on it. It's weird, but look at that. So satisfying, isn't it? Oh, I love Anthurium roots. They're so juicy. So yes, obviously very happy. Also lives in Mitch's Millsbow wide. And yeah, wow. I've never seen such juicy Anthurium roots. Is that like typical for the... I think this plant might have like a fungal issue. You see on this leaf here, it's got like weird rings on it. I'm gonna have to tell them about that because that's really weird. Anyway, that's the Vittariifolium. The only strappy Anthurium that we have at the moment. All right, next up. This one has been a little bit of a drama queen in my collection, to be honest. This is the Anthurium Queen of Hearts. It looks exactly the same size as when I got it, which is really sad, but I did unfortunately have to save this plant from root rot, which was very unfortunate, but I didn't have the soil mix from Soul Ninja at the time. I needed to order it, and yeah, I just hadn't gotten around to it. And I made my own mix, and that was not a very good idea because I made it a little bit too dense, and yeah, it had root rot. But I can see there, nice juicy root. But it's been a little bit on the slower side for compared to my other Anthuriums. But I'm really, really excited to watch this one grow. So I'm glad I was able to save it because this was also very expensive when I bought it. This was like close to the €100 mark. Now you can get it for way cheaper. I think I've seen one for €40. But yeah, it's gone down in price a lot over the last year. But I'm just glad I was able to save it. And I can see it's going to do something there. So yes, been a little bit on the slower side. And that leaf does look like it's going to go. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But you know, it's definitely one of my most expensive plants in my collection, actually. So I watched that one like a hawk, and I really want to watch that one grow. But I don't know, compared to the other Anthuriums, it's just been a lot slower. Maybe it's because it did have root rot. I don't know. But compared to the others, it is on the slower side. And then we have the classic Anthurium Crystallinum. I picked this one up in a local garden center, and there is actually 4 in here. So I want to separate them. Mitch wants one, and I want to keep one, of course. And then the other 2 I will end up trading or selling or whatever. But yeah, I still need to separate it. And I can see there's a lot of nice chunky roots there, but I also want to get it into a clear pot because I do like that. I like seeing the roots. And this leaf did have a little bit of damage, but that's because this leaf wasn't filling when I bought it. So, but yeah, I can see that there's 2 that are getting ready to give me a new leaf, so that's exciting. But yeah, I only got it for $9.99, which I thought was really impressive for 4 Crystallinum babies. So yeah, that is a regular Crystallinum. Oh, look, it's got a new leaf there. How pretty is that? So stunning. Oh, I just love the foliage of Anthuriums. Okay, my feet are going to sleep. Right. I haven't looked at my list in a while and done that one. Right, so we have 3. We have 3 left. So we have 17 in total. All right, I'm going to try and get to it. I have to be really careful because with Anthurium leaves, you gotta be very careful. This one, so this is one of the silver blushes that we have. This plant is beautiful, so stunning. And we actually have another one that, to me, I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like it looks slightly different. And I obviously know that not every Anthurium is going to look the same, but to me it looks a lot different. I don't know. But this one was actually one that, yes, that's right, Mitch rescued this one. Yeah, he rescued this one. It does, no, he's already cut off all of the leaves, but it did, this leaf here at the bottom there, does have a little bit of damage from thrips. But I think this one was sent and it was so beat up from transport that it didn't, I don't know, it didn't really look like it was going to make it. And then it had thrips, and yeah, it was just going downhill. But it is one of my favorite now because it's just those silvery leaves. It's so stunning. It's so stunning. And the shape of this Anthurium as well. Oh, it's so beautiful. I love this one. There's actually not one leaf that doesn't have damage, unfortunately, but you know, gotta wait, gotta wait. Anthurium leaves are very, very fragile, very fragile. So, and then funny enough, this one, I don't see any roots on the outside. It's very, very weird how some react differently. And put that one back. And that one. Just be careful. That one is unfurling 4 new leaves. So yeah, there's 4 plants in there. That's amazing. Right, last ones, but I need to change my battery. This, another one of Mitch's. Again, most of these Anthurium are Mitch's. I think I have 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I only have 7. All of the rest, so yeah, the last 10, they're all Mitch's Anthuriums. So this one, oh, again, it's not, I can see roots coming out the bottom, but I wanted to get it into a clear pot. This, okay, so story behind this one. I don't know, when you look at that leaf, that does not look like a Forgetii, does it? That's why I'm going to put Forgetii ? Because I have no idea. I bought this for Mitch for Father's Day this year. And yes, it was labeled as just a Forgetii. And there are some leaves, like this one here, that I don't know, it does have like the closed sinus, but then that one doesn't. And then I can see, oh, then again, the new leaf does look like it's going to have a closed sinus. I don't know. I mean, look, let's be honest. Most Anthuriums probably are hybrids. It is very rare to find a pure one. You usually end up spending a lot more or having to, you know, look it up a lot more. So finding a pure one is a lot harder, a lot more expensive. So I just think this is a Forgetii hybrid of some kind because, I don't know, it's a beautiful Anthurium. It really, really is. But I'm definitely still looking for a Forgetii, but like one with the closed sinus and just like, you know, that really, really screams out Forgetii. But yeah, I mean, if you look at this leaf, I don't know. And this one, I don't know. What are your thoughts? It's giving me a new leaf there. He really, really wanted the Forgetii. So when I got this one, I think, no, it hadn't given us this leaf yet. I looked at it and I was like, ooh, yes, beautiful Forgetii. But then it gave this leaf. So I don't know. It probably is a hybrid of some kind. But I do think that Forgetii is in there. But yeah, very beautiful one. It's got very nice, like, dark leaves. It definitely catches my eye, this one, because, I don't know, the Queen of Hearts also has quite dark leaves, but I don't know, I've got a thing. You'll see from my wish list, I've got a thing for like darker leaves. And also ones with texture. I love the Luxurians, like stunning. And then last up is this big gal. So this, okay. I'm not going to be able to, yeah, you can see it's big, okay? It's very big and it's dripping on me. It's dripping on me. There's a new leaf there. I'm going to put it back. It's dripping on me. Mitch obviously recently watered this. I break any of these new leaves, he's going to have a fit. This plant has been in the works, as you can probably tell. This plant gets a weekly beating from my daughter. Oh, that's so sad. You can see like her little hands have taken bits off this leaf. It's just, yeah, this plant is, So this is a Crystallinum hybrid. I don't know what it's hybridized with. I just bought it as a Crystallinum hybrid. I actually kind of appreciated that the garden center didn't try and label this with something else. It's, I don't know. I think it might be with a Magnificum. I have no idea, but it was already quite a nice size when we got it. This one unfortunately does have some thrip damage. But this newest leaf, look like it's going to be stunning. Stunning. Yeah, it's really sad when you find pests on your plants, especially when they're going to give you a new leaf. Because with the Anthurium leaves, they come out so tiny. But because of the damage that the pests makes, when they inflate, it just looks, I don't know, like this leaf to me. It doesn't really even pick up on camera, to be honest. But it does look a little bit sick. Because the little thrips were biting away at it. So yeah, And there's also a new inflow there, but there is another inflow here, big one, which is starting to produce the pollen. So we want to collect that pollen because we would really love to make baby anthuriums. We haven't done it yet, so it's going to be a very new experience for us, but it's really exciting. I really want to give it a try. Have I gone over everything? Yes, I have. I've gone over everything. So that is, I'm going to say, our entire Anthurium collection. It's definitely growing. It's grown a lot, actually, even within the last 2 months. Mitch has, like I said, been getting back into his anthuriums and coming back to the inside world of indoor plants. And yeah, he's really getting into them again. He's got a bunch of little baby Anthurium Magnificums in his cabinet as well, which I'm hoping to sneak one off him. It's because my one is just not looking that great. And I think this one was definitely a dud when I bought it. I bought it as a teeny tiny little baby, and that was over a year ago. Probably also my fault. I need to pot this one up, but you know, it's the thing is also with Anthurium is that, especially when you get hybrids, you never really know what it's going to look like. Each hybrid could look different. So I don't know, I find that really fascinating. The way like their growth pattern as well is just very different to other plants that I have in my collection. So I don't know, I really appreciate Anthurium. And whenever they give me a new leaf, it's very exciting. It's like more exciting than if a Syngonium gave me a new leaf, you know? So it's, I don't know, I'm really getting into the Anthurium world. I am nowhere near an expert. Oh my word, nowhere near. I definitely keep it to the basics, and you're probably really gonna tell by my wish list that I have still kept it kind of to the basics, because as soon as you enter the hybrid world, wow, there are so many out there. And I feel like in the last year, hybrids have really been coming up in the plant community. So it's just, I don't know, I find it really interesting to see, and the amount of hybrids, and just that anyone can like make them, and it's really easy to, you know, pollinate and all of that. So I'm really excited to give it a try. I really am. I would really like to try, I think it's, yes, I have one of the plants that I have on my wish list is a Luxurians crossed with a Crystallinum. I really want to try and make that myself. I think that would be really cool. I mean, I know you can get one, and honestly, that one is not actually that expensive, but it's the joy of making it yourself. And yeah, I just really want to give that a try. I think it would be fun, but I also know that the process is very long. Well, I've been told it's very long. I don't know, I think that kind of makes it even more exciting. It's not like with my alocasia. If I get a corm, within a month, I can already have a little teeny tiny baby plant. And sometimes that can be very overwhelming because I have so many that I just can't like get rid of them, or can't, like, it's just too much. Whereas like this, I don't know, I like the, like I said, I like the growth pattern and the way that it goes. So let's get into the wish list. I don't have a lot on here because I didn't, as soon as I started looking at hybrids, that was kind of just like, wow. And honestly, I don't know if any of the ones that I've written down, if they actually are hybrids. I don't know. No, some of them are. Some of them I know that are. But the number one on my wish list, which is definitely actually my number one, I'll rank them. Yeah, I'll do that, is the Regale. Just like a pure Regale. I have not been able to find one in Belgium or in Europe. I have, however, been able to find a seedling, and a seedling was 15 euros. So I don't know, but I'm also at the same time a little bit nervous because the only one that I've been able to find is a seedling on the website that we got, the Warocqueanum seedling. That wasn't a Warocqueanum. So I don't know, I'm a little bit nervous about that, but that's the only seedling that I've been able to find. Yeah, I just really want a pure one. There is a plant kind of market coming up next year in May. I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to find a Regale, like a pure Regale there. I don't know, we'll see. But yes, that one's definitely on the top of my wish list. Next is the Wendlingeri, I don't know how to say that, but it's a strappy Anthurium. And this one has got darker leaves than the Pallidiflorum. Pallidiflorum is also on my wish list. I'll put that one next. But yes, the Wendlingeri and the Pallidiflorum, I really want those two strappy Anthuriums. Those can get really, really nice and big. The veining on the Pallidiflorum is more pronounced than the other one. I don't know, the Vittariifolium, I've not really seen that one size up really nicely, whereas those two, they can size up really, really nicely. I think the Wendlingeri has a little bit of darker foliage and the texture is slightly different to the Pallidiflorum. But yes, those two strappy Anthurium are stunning and they size up apparently really, really nicely. So yes, those are on my wish list. Next, I know that this is also a man-made one. Well, most hybrids are. Yeah. What am I saying? The Delta Force. That one is stunning. And yes, I do think that's a hybrid. I think it is. I'm not 100%. Don't quote me on this because like I said, I'm very new in the Anthurium world. But yes, the Delta Force, very, very unusual, very stunning. Stunning, stunning foliage. It's very different to any type of Anthurium that I've got. So yes, that one is on my list. Next is the Michelle. Now I think it's Doc Block that made the Michelle. Again, don't quote me on it, but when I type it into Google, it comes up straight away, Doc Block. So I don't know. I don't know enough about it, but the Michelle, I think it's got like red in the veins. And again, honestly, these Anthuriums, I could be saying a completely wrong name, but isn't it like a red crystallinum? Kind of. I don't know. But when I look up Michelle with those pink veins, oh, stunning, stunning. Then is the, everyone says Anthurium pap. So it's the Papillinaminum. Wow, that's a mouthful. Yes, any type of hybrid with that as a parent, with a pap, I'm just going to say pap, as a parent, stunning, beautiful, beautiful. The Queen of Hearts, again, I don't even know if the Queen of Hearts, if that is a hybrid. I have no idea, but I don't know. There's a little bit of that in there when I look at the leaf and I look up pap on Google. Very, very pretty. So yes, I have that one on my wish list as well. Any type of hybrid or whatever from the pap, I think they are stunning. And then the last one that I've written down is Dark Phoenix. Again, I don't know if that's a hybrid, but I am very much into the dark foliage and the elongated. I think there's just something about it. It just tickles my fancy. I don't know. It's just something about it. The dark velvety Anthurium. Oh, beautiful. And I'm repeating myself a lot here, but again, there's so many hybrids out there that I think I could probably, I don't know, I've also seen Dark Mama. That one's also really, really pretty. I mean, they are all stunning and so unique. And I have a couple of websites open on my phone with particular Anthuriums, but I just also think it's really interesting that if you buy one, each and every one is unique in itself. Like, we could order another one of these Crystallinum regales and it looks slightly different. Like, you can. Like with this one, I feel like you can really clearly see the regale in the lobing of the leaf, but we could order another one and it might not have that very distinctive regale lobing. You know, that's what I love about it, is that each and every single one can be so unique in itself that it just makes it so interesting. Because I have another, we actually bought two Crystallinum hybrids at the same time. My other one is upstairs and doesn't have any leaves at the moment because it had thrips really, really bad. But the leaves on that one looks very different to the leaves on this one. So, you know, it's just, and they're both hybrids. Again, we don't know what they're hybridized with, but I just think it's so interesting how you can get something different every single time. And it's the same with, for example, if I do successfully hybridize the Crystallinum with the Luxurians, each one could look slightly different. I just love that. I love that. But yes, that is what I've written down so far on my wish list. I could probably make pages long of a wish list for Anthuriums. But there's so many hybrids out there. There's so many different kinds out there. People are constantly creating new hybrids. Anthuriums is something that I'm not very keen to order online, even though most of the ones that we have in our collection are, yeah, most of them. I think there's 2. Yeah, there is. There's 2. So there's only 2 plants here that I actually physically chose myself in the garden center. And all the others were ordered online. So to see an Anthurium in a garden center here in Belgium, I mean, this was the first one that I saw. Crystallinum was the first one that I saw. And also the silver blush. But I did, well, we rescued that silver blush. But I have also in the past ordered a silver blush. The silver blush and the crystallinum are the only 2 Anthuriums that I've really seen in garden centers, here in Belgium anyway. If I did a little bit more research, then I probably would be able to find garden centers that have a little bit more variety. But like I recently went to a plant event and they had Anthurium Warocqueanums there, which if I had known, I would have never ordered these 2 because I don't know, I do with Anthuriums, I don't know. I don't really know why, but I would like to choose my own. And when I go to this plant market, it's called My Botanica, in May in Holland, I'm definitely going to be keeping an eye out for the Anthuriums and the Anthurium hybrids because there's so many variety in it and each and every one can be different. And I would really like to like choose my own. So yes, I'm very excited for that. There are some websites that I have seen that say, you know, this is the specific one that you're going to get. They take specific pictures of the plants, but not a lot of websites do that, unfortunately, here in Belgium anyway. I see in America, you have Etsy a lot. Here you have that as well, but it's not as big, or I don't trust it. I don't know. But yes, I would really just like to see a plant and buy it there in the moment instead of ordering it. Because when you're ordering it, the person who picks out your order, they kind of choose it. And, you know, they can be very different. Like the Villenaorum, I've seen ones that look slightly different to this, that have like wider leaves instead of longer ones. So, you know, again, you never really know what you're going to get when you order them. But, I know, three. Yes, 3. This one was also one that I chose. It was very difficult actually to choose this one because a lot of the Anthuriums on the table did not look good. But again, just like an example, you know, it's different. Okay, so that is my Anthurium collection and my wish list. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know about your Anthuriums, any hybrids that you have. Wherever you're living in the world, leave a comment down below how readily available Anthuriums are to you. I find that really, really interesting. But here in Belgium in garden centers, it's not as readily available. It is online. But like I said, just my own preference, I would like to choose my own one out. But yes, let me know in the comments. We can chat about Anthurium. I know it's a very, very big world. But it also makes it very, very exciting that you can hybridize, make your own babies. You know, I find that really, really interesting and something really nice that anyone can do that. You know, I know you can do that with any plant really, but like with alocasia, I don't know, that might be like a little bit more difficult. Even though I actually recently found out, I'm going off on a tangent here, but I didn't know that the Regale shield, that was actually a hybrid. I didn't know that. Going back to what I said about all of these are probably hybrids. It's the same with any type of other genus. A lot of them probably are hybrids, but I didn't know that about the Regale shield. That it is a hybrid. I don't know of what it is. I don't know. I really don't know. But I was watching a video the other day and they said it was... Which one is it? I'll put it on the screen. I don't know why I can't think of it. I literally watched that video yesterday. But yes, I didn't know that. I didn't know that was a hybrid. So you know, it's the plant world is very interesting, and it just never ceases to amaze me. I'm very excited to see where my collection is going to be at this time next year when I make a new Anthurium collection, because the itches that Mitch has been getting, I don't know, I think it's going to be quite interesting. So yes, I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't yet, subscribe to my channel, come along with me on the journey. Tell me all your secrets about Anthurium, because I feel like there are very mixed opinions online, very mixed opinions. So any tips, any tricks, any plants that you've seen me show you today, if you also have them, let me know. I love chatting with you guys in the comments, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.